Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Learning Math with Shelly. Now this is my last video on the topic of rounding the numbers. Basically I have made already 3 videos and these are uploaded on my channel, and it's basically the videos are explaining how to rounding the whole numbers. The another video is telling you about how to rounding the decimal numbers, and the first video about rounding the numbers is basically what is the meaning of rounding, why do we need it, like that way, and some basic terms which you must know in order to understand the concept of rounding. Now in this particular video we are going to focus only on solving the questions based on the rounding concept. So the first question is, complete this table by rounding the numbers to the nearest 10. And as I told you, when we round the numbers to the nearest 10, the answer should come at the end like 10, 20, 30 and so on, means the answer should come in the form of tens in the end. So we have this number 36. Now the quick method is you have to round to the nearest tens. So the tens place digit is 3, and what we say, if we have to see the next digit, it is 6. Now if this digit is 5 or more than 5, we will raise this tens digit by 1. So this will become 4 and the tens will become 40. Because 36 lies between 30 and 40. Why we are saying so? Because we have to round to the tens. So we have to see this number lies between which two tens. And then if this number, the next digit to the tens is 5 or more, it will round to the higher number, higher tens. Otherwise it will go to the lower tens. Let's take the another example as 155. I'm not going to solve some of the questions. So next question is 155. Now 155 we again have to round it to the nearest tens. So if I look up to the tens part only, so it is 55, and I know that 55 lies between 50 and 60. But this is 155, so I can say this number lies between 150 and 160. Now because we have to round it to the nearest tens, and the next digit will decide whether we need to move to the lower side or the higher side. Because this digit is 5, this is the digit which is next to the tens place on the right side, so we will go to the higher, and this number will result into 160. I am leaving these two questions that you can try on your own, and if you have any doubt you can comment in the comment section. Next question is rounding to the nearest tens and rounding to the nearest 100 also. So we will be focusing more on rounding to the nearest 100. So 347, the first question should be that 347 lies between which two hundreds, 300 and 400, and because we are rounding to the 100, so my answer would be 100, 200, 300, like that. Now 347, I need to round it to the nearest 100, and the next digit will decide whether I will move to the lower side 100 or the higher side. But because this is 4 which is less than 5, so we will move to the lower side of 100 and the answer will be 300. Now the next question is, I'm leaving this question number 3, and question number 4 I will be doing the first part to the nearest 1000. So we have the number 8176, and we have to round to the nearest 1000. So here it is 8716, the number is. This number lies between 8000 and 9000. Why I am talking about the thousands here? Because I need to round to the thousands. Now next digit which is at 100 place will decide whether I need to move to the lower 1000 or the higher one. Because this number is more than 5, so it will move to the higher side. So the answer will be 9000. Then the next question comes. These are the decimal numbers, but we need to round to the whole numbers. So I will be picking up one question like 20.5, and this 20.5, if I have to round it to the whole number, that means my answer should be only the whole part. There should not be any decimal point or decimal part. So here this is number 20, and immediate next digit we have to see, that is 5. So it is more 5. So that means this 20.5, if I look about which two whole numbers it lies between, it lies between 20 and 21. So because this digit next to the whole number, the next digit is 5, so it will move to the higher side, so the answer will be 21. Then rest you can do these questions. Here I just want to focus on one important thing. Let's say we have this question 1080.5 and we have to round to the nearest 100. Nearest 100 is here. This is the 100 position. So this is like 080. So it is like 80. It lies between 100 and 200. And this is 1080.5. So this lies between 1100. Sorry, 1000 here, and here it will be 1100. Okay. So it lies between 1000 and 1100, this number, and we have to round to the nearest 100. So this is the 100 position and the next digit is 8. So it will move to the higher side. So the answer will be 1100. Okay. Then a very interesting question. We know how to round the decimal numbers, how to round the whole numbers. Here we have a question with the mixed number. So mixed number is the numbers which have a whole part also and which have a fraction also. But this is a special kind of fraction, and we know that 3/4 in decimal is equivalent to 0.75. So basically 2 3/4 can be written as 2.75, and we have to round to the nearest whole number. So our answer should be something like this. But because the next digit is 7, so this number will become 3. Because we raise this 2 by 1 and it will become 3. And we can say like 2.75 lies between the two numbers. One is 2 and one is 3. These are the two whole numbers. And because of this 7, our number will be promoted to 3. Next question comes. The difference between the two numbers is 4, and we have to, when we round those two numbers to the nearest 100, the difference is coming out as 100. There are different possibilities. One example I take, the numbers can be, let's say 148 and another number is 152. I have to take two numbers in such a way, because we are rounding to hundreds, so we have to focus on the tens place, and tens place should be, because tens place digit is the main thing here which will decide where it will round off. So one number we have to take less than 4 and another is to be 5 or more, like that way. So I took one as 148, another is 152. Why I am taking this way? Because I need the difference between them as 4. Another option, I can take 149 and I can take it like 153 also, and there are so many other options available. Let's say if I have 248 and I have 352, that also works. These two numbers are very important because we have to round them up to the nearest hundreds, and after that we have to make sure the difference should be 100. So when we round to the 100, we depend on the immediate next digit. When you round it off, it will become 200, and when you round it off, it will become this will become 400. So you have to take it, 252. So this will become 300, and now 200 and 300, the difference is 100, and even the difference between these two numbers is 4, and which is required. Same way you can take this example also, 148, 152, 149, 153. Then the next is question number 9. Justin chooses two of these cards. He adds the numbers on these two cards together, and he then rounds the number to the nearest 10. Answer is 40. What are those two numbers? If I take the first two numbers 13 and 21 and I add them up, I am getting it 34. But when I get this number as 34, if I round it to the nearest 100, it will be 30. Sorry, round it to the nearest 10, it will be 30. But I need the number to be 40. So let's take 13 and 29. When I add these two numbers 13 and 29, the answer will come out as 42. And when you round this 42 to the nearest tens, the answer will be 40. Okay, so this way the two cards which I have to choose are 29 and 13. There are a few more questions in this worksheet, and I want you all to try these questions. Here is one question left, question number 10, that I want you all to try. And then some of the questions are like I left here, like in question number 7, these two parts I have left. Same for question 6, question 5, question 4 as well. So you can try all these questions. All right, thank you.